What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm sure you have seen the title I used for this video. So I was thinking here, instead of making the videos I'll be dropping on my channel, instead of making them like trading blog, brain book, I was thinking doing it like a proper docu-series. Whereby this is going to like, so this channel is I'll be dropping each and every single, documenting my journey of trading. So from starting till whenever, so it's kind of like from scratch. Okay, so I was thinking of doing like a proper docu-series whereby this is going to be like a journey to profitability. Okay, so this is kind of like a journey to profitability. I was like consistently profitable. So yeah, I've made profits in the last 2 years of trading. This is my 3rd year, and I feel I'm not still consistent here, that my win rate is kind of like low. I have like a win rate of about 40% thereabouts, 40 to 45% thereabouts, and that nets me mixing profitable overall because my strategy is a fixed risk to reward, which is 1:3. So even with the 35% rate, I'm still profitable. So over the past 2 years, I've been profitable with about 40% rate. So I'm thinking of doing like a proper docu-series whereby this is going to be like a journey to profitability, journey to being consistently profitable. And then when I start making good money, then we switch it up and change it. So this kind of like season 1 kind of thing here. So if you're new here, my name is Crypto Kid, and this is where I'll be documenting my journey of trading. So it's currently Thursday, and I am currently in 3 different trades. I took 2 trades yesterday, Wednesday. One went to my stop loss, and let me share my screen. And so AD card, this went to my stop loss, wicked me out, and then started moving my direction, and then now it's reversing back down. So I didn't really enter this trade. I just took the loss, and it is what it is. Then I took the second trade yesterday, which is GPP AUD. It's moving in profit, but then going back up. So I have reduced my risk on the table for this trade. So my risk is currently at this high over here. So this is where my risk is at right now, this high. So this is where my risk is at right now, this high, and let's see how it goes. If price gets back to my stop loss, then I'll be losing half of my initial risk, which is good. So let's see how this plays out. Then I took 2 trades today. GBP card, which is running in profits, almost 1:1. And once this gets to 1:1, I reduce the risk to half also. Then Euro GPP, which is not yet moving well. So all of these trades are, okay, for instance, Euro GBP now is me betting on the pound to be weaker than the euro. GBP card is me betting on the pound to be weaker than the card. GBP AUD is me betting on the pound to be weaker than AUD. So basically, I am very bearish on the pound for this week. So we have crazy news tomorrow being Friday. We have news on both euro and pound tomorrow, which is PMI, retail sales, and some other red folder news tomorrow. So I'm thinking I'm going to get crazy price action tomorrow. So if price doesn't get to my stop loss today, then by London session tomorrow, I'll come and show you all the charts in the morning, and then I'll try to like see how price action moves. Basically, I want to wait for the close today and see what happens once we get a daily close. So these are kind of like swing trades, and that's basically how I trade. That's how I trade in markets. Sometimes it can take a whole day, sometimes few hours. So basically, these are the trades I'm in right now. So for the week, I'm down 1 hour so far, and if all these remaining 3 trades gets to my stop loss, then I'll be losing about 3 hours thereabouts, I think. So let's see how all this play out, and then I'll share my charts with you tomorrow during another session when we have the rate for values. Because I feel like that's what I need to get insane volatility. You can still get volatility by New York session today. So it's currently 12 p.m. and New York's opening by in next 2 hours. So we can still get insane volatility. So depending on where price wants to move towards, then I will know how tomorrow is going to play out once for the news for both euro and pound tomorrow. So let's see how it goes. Catch you all tomorrow. Welcome back. It's a brand new day. So it's currently 8 a.m. in the morning, and trade updates on my GPAD. Price went exactly 1:1. Then reversed and hit me out for break even during Asian session. Yeah, during Asian session. So closed this break even on GPAD. Other trades, Euro, GBP, currently moving in drawdown, went my direction, almost 1:1, currently moving in drawdown, and he just dropped on the pound. That's the first near out of many this morning. And we had retail sales. Schema was positive for a pound, so that's why you're having this reaction. Now, I don't know, I'm not feeling too confident on this EUGBP trade. I'm not feeling too confident on this EUGBP trade at the moment because the ADR, that's the average daily range of this particular trade, is very, very much. So my stop loss is spread B, half of my initial risk, which is at somewhere around here. Yeah, that's this is my stop losses. So I don't know how, because today is Friday. We have a lot of news. A lot of news. We have one coming up for the Euro PMI by 9:30. That's an hour 30 minutes from now. We have another news by 10 for the pound, 10:30 also for the pound. These are all red order news. Then we have by 2:30 for USD. That's the GDP. So we have a lot of red folder news today. So I think, and then the last trade, because this one is almost at my take profits. I just had a slight bounce right now. I think this is a double bottom. I'm price left. Yeah. So we just had a bounce right now on GP card. I can decide to add another position to this particular trade, but I have to still use my entry criteria, which is price sweeping. In this case, price sweeping Asian high, and then giving that a reversal again. So I think it's still valid since it's even left a double bottom over here. So if it gives that criteria, then I'll end that. The other trade I feel like I should have held instead of breaking it when I was GP80. This trade is looking good, but then when Friday led to my break even, I was asleep. So there was nothing I could do at that point in time. I think this can distribute today to my targets, or even if it doesn't distribute my targets today, then on Monday, this will definitely hit my target. If it doesn't distribute today, that's if it goes in my direction. So this is out of the way. And see what happens with this order too. So for USGB, price have given that sweep of Asia low. Hopefully it reverses from here and then goes up. On the higher time frames, price is still bullish on the higher time frames. So all I just want is for price to break out of this particular high by. I think this kind of like forming a resistance for price of the lower time frames. So if you can have a breakout and a strong close above here, then I'll hold this trade over the weekend. Because I don't know if it's going to get to like take profit today. But then as soon as price broke out of this high time frame resistance, then I knew that the distribution growth starts. And I was thinking we're going to have decent price action yesterday. That was a strong bullish close yesterday, but then it gave a bullish engulfing of this previous bearish candle, but failed to close above this lower time frame resistance. This line I drew away, I marked out. So let's see what happens this week. I think I should leave my risk fully on the table. However, if price gets back below this resistance and hits my stop loss, then it invalidates my trade and I take the full stop loss for this particular trade. I think that's what I want to do. Start reducing the risk now because price hasn't gotten to the points where I'm meant to reduce risk to have. And that's the mistake I made on GPAD, whereby I would have left my risk at not breaking even, leaving my risk at half my initial risk. Since it's got to my 0.5, got to 1:1. And if it gets to 1:2, that's when I break even. So 1:1 is me reducing my risk by half. 1:2 is me moving my stop loss to break even. That's what I would have done for GBAD. And that's what I'm going to do for EOGP. Since it hasn't gotten to 1:1, then I'll leave my risk fully on the table. So for now, let's see what happens with this price action. Came out positive for euro, so I think we should see the euro gaining strength very soon. So the PMI came out positive for euro, so we should see the euro gaining strength very soon. So as you can see, the expected was 49.5, came out at 50.7. Second PMI flash, that's the services, came out higher than expected also, which is positive. And the HCOB PMI flash also came out positive. Sorry, my MT5 is bugging out. So as you can see, YouTube is pushing up. Then GB card is what I'm waiting for to get another info, and I kind of like the price action right now. So the news came out for euro, so that's why I seen strength in euro now. But the GBP PMI flash is coming out by 10:30, so that's going to, I think that's when we're going to see a weakness on the pound. So for now, I can only wait. And GBPAD, honestly, this is trading. This is trading. If I was a week, I would have left my stop loss at this point. And now I would have been in big profits also on this. But then it is what it is. So next news is by 10:30 a.m. That's for the pound KMI, which is also a red folder. And that's when you're going to see more volatility on this pair and then GBP card also. So right now, on the 1 hour time frame, this whole movement here is looking very nasty. When I look at even at the forward time frame, I think it's a clean price action, just liquidation and then reversal. So if this forward time frame closes bullish, then I think we should see more upside during New York session. So forward time frame is closing by 11 a.m. next 1.5 hour. So I'll wait for the pound news by 10:30, but then let me see how this 1 hour count is going to close on GBP catch, and I'll know if I'm adding a position now or after the news. So in about 30 minutes, I'll be back to the charts. For now, waiting for this 1 hour candle to close. If this closes bearish, then I set my position. If it closes bullish, then I have to wait for the next 1 hour candle, which is going to be by 11. So that's going to be the last 1 hour candle. I will be able to trade during the London session because I usually trade the London open Q zone, which is from 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. So 8, 9, 10. So 3 hours. So 10 to 11 is the last 1 hour candle, which I'm waiting for, which is going to confirm if I'm actually in position to this trade now or during the session. I'll be back in the next 30 minutes to update y'all. So the news came out positive for GBP as the PMI news. And you can see the reaction that we had over here. So I did not enter any trade because this 1 hour candle did not give that signal for me to enter any trade. So this is the news over here. Came out higher than expected, So both pound and euro had positive PMI. So it all boils down to other factors for this trade to do well. That's card, for instance, for GBP card. For AGBP, I don't know what's going to happen over here. Because if this far places like this, looking really nasty and bad. But then I'm still holding. Let's see what happens and how this 1 hour candle closes. So worst possible case scenario is price going back to my entry and stop me out for break even, which I don't think that's going to happen, but let's see. So this is the last 1 hour candle, which I will be interested in staying on charts for London session. As soon as it's 11 a.m., then I'm off the charts for London. Then I'll come back by 2 p.m. New York session. The reality of trading is this: you don't usually get that clean price action you want, where you want price to move and all that. So you just have to be patient and worry over things you can control, which is my entry, take profits, and stop loss. So at the moment, I am currently still very, very convinced that this is going to get my take profits, but then anything can happen before it gets that. I seriously want to add another position. So if I get that, what you call it? If I get that reversal, 1 hour reversal by New York session, then I'll add to this my current position. If I don't get it, then fine. And I like the fact that it has gone this deep into this level. It gives me, so it's about 60 pips a pip range. Gives me more room to make my stop loss wider if I should add another position, if it gives another entry from its other position. But if it doesn't and goes to my break even, then I'm done for the week. And I'll be back next week to do my thing. So for now, just watch price action and Trade updates, GP card completely stopped me out at break even. It just kept on grinding higher and higher and higher, and then went to my break even. And Euro GBP, that is still dancing around my entry. The price action this week has been absolutely crazy. It's been a very, different type of price action so far this year. For January and February, I haven't gotten clean distributions where I normally do get clean distributions, and that goes to just show that I think the market is unsettling at the moment. So for now, all I can do, one thing I can do is just keep on waiting for the price action, but then keep on showing up. That's the only thing I can do for now. So it's been a very weird week for me. Two break even, one loss, and currently stuck in a trade that I cannot close until it gets my stop loss, or it gets to a point whereby I move my stop loss to break even. So I took 4 trades this week, and one is still in play, 2 break even. And the crazy thing is that the GBP cash trade was so close to my take profits. And usually when I see price action like that on a Friday, price just like accumulates a bit, then eventually like on the lower time frame manipulates, then goes down to my take profits. But then for price to reverse completely when it's about few pips to my take profits and reverse completely back to my break even, almost went to my stop loss after I closed break even, and then reversed back down, and then is now going back in profit. But I'm already out of break even. It just goes to show how crazy this price action has been this year, and I absolutely cannot do anything. I cannot do anything. I'll come back next week, go through my analysis. I won't frustrate. I cannot frustrate. I won't frustrate. So the only thing I can do is stay patient and wait for those setups to come. Take my A+ setups and really hope for the best. So I'll be back next week, and hopefully we get cleaner price action. This February has been like January, honestly, and seriously, there's nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do. I cannot force markets to give me what I want. We get, and come back next week, do my thing. So please like, share, subscribe, and please drop a comment. I know I'm still getting very, very like low amounts of like very, very few people viewing my videos, but at the same time, I have to stay consistent, and please drop a comment. I think it's going to encourage you guys. It's going to encourage me when I get comments and likes. But at the same time, I'll stay consistent and keep on pushing till I get constant profitable. So this is my journey to profitability, and this is episode 6, and hopefully this year is going to be a good year. See you all next week.